Welcome back. So glad that you joined me. Whether we like to think about it or not, in this life, we're always going to have a group of people that really doesn't like what we're doing, doesn't like what we're saying, doesn't like us, period. Now, with that being said, the question that comes to mind is what are we doing about this? Are we just stomping around complaining about, oh, they don't like me, no one likes me, I guess I'm just going to go hide? Or that old famous adage that people enjoy throwing out continually? Or are we doing what Jesus tells us in the Bible and actually loving those that despise us, that misuse us, that try to put us down and tear us down? Now, I'll be the first one to say that that is a hard thing because it seems that the people that should love us the most are the ones that want to continually tear us down. Now, I'm not talking about friends and family. The area I'm talking about is that of our family, our should say our extended family of faith, not just family of faith. Those that claim to be followers of Jesus, a lot of times are the ones that are the most critical and the ones that enjoy tearing each other down the most. That's not what God is calling us to. That's never been what God has called us to. He's calling us to a life that's in Him, a life that's focused on Him, and a life that's one of taking care of each other. Easier said than done, to be honest. But it's something that needs to happen. It needs to happen in the here and now because we've talked about this multiple times. If we're not living together in the here and now, we won't be in eternity. It's that simple. We can try to excuse things, say, well, God saved me and He'll correct this in eternity. No. Yes, there's a lot of things that He is going to correct in eternity. That is true. But this is one thing. If we don't know how to live together now, we're not going to be together forever. We're not going to be because we're not safe to save. The only people that are going to be in eternity are those that God sees fit to save because they're safe to be eternally saved. Today's verse that we're taking a look at is in Luke chapter 6 in verse 35, and it says this: But love your enemies and do good and lend, expecting nothing in return, and your reward will be great, and you will be sons of the Most High, for He Himself is kind to ungrateful and evil men. Now, whether we like it or not, we are evil. Guys, girls, everyone, we have a natural leaning towards evil because of what our ancestors did. Even though this is the case, we cannot excuse this. It's important for us to be different because we're called to be different. We're called to be a people that is set apart, which when we look at that in today's language, we're going, oh, well, that's nothing. Actually, it's very much. It's a people that are so different that they can be in the middle of a crowd and that difference is shown. That's what set apart means. It doesn't mean that we're dragging ourselves to the middle of nowhere. No, that's not what God calls us to do. He calls us to be a people that's different in the midst of a very crazy and evil times and evil society. Thank you again for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next time as we continue to study God's Word together. God bless.